Hey there everybody, it's Tanya at Hummingbird Paintery, and tonight I'm on Craft Round the Clock. I had to rush it home to make it on time tonight. Luckily I had this stuff already cut out because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was thinking of it yesterday so I could have everything ready. I am on 2 minutes early like I'm supposed to be, and I'm going to sand a little bit while I see people come on. And I just kind of cut this out real quickly, and so it's not perfect. It was just a little piece of wood that I had, and it's a 2-inch piece of wood, and so that's what I did. But this is gonna be a little birdhouse. Hey Lori Fry, how are you doing? I cut out 2 of these. I kind of mismeasured one of them, so I will have to use some spackle to go on there in the middle so it doesn't, it's not noticeable, but that's okay. And then I've got this bottom part right here that's going to be the base of the birdhouse. How are you doing, Lori? It's good to see you. I appreciate you being here. So this was another scrap of wood that I used. I try to use everything I have. Wood is so expensive, and I try to use every little piece that I have. Hey, Miss Bonnie. You love Nathan's video. Was that not the sweetest thing? Him going to his daddy. I was like, why are you running away? Because I was showing Marie him on the tractor because he was getting up there all by himself and he knew where to turn it on at. And his daddy does not have a mower. So, not like that. But he knew exactly where to put the key. I was like, what on earth? I don't think Mike has taken him on the tractor or anything, so I'm not sure how he knew that. But he knew exactly where the key went. He like put his hand there, even though there wasn't a key. He's a mess. But he's a sweet boy and loves his daddy. That's for sure. And his sister. And his mama. He's a lovable little thing. So I'm just taking these. These are some little birds. And they're really more like a wren type of bird, so I may do them beige. You can do them whatever color you want. You can do red. But this little bird right here looks like a little wren, and so does this. So I'm just going to kind of do it like a wren. And this little house, I think I want to paint it a light blue. And so I think I'll do that if I can find it. Find my light blue. And I swore it was right here, but I'm not seeing it. So I guess I could use this pool instead. Wonder what I did with my blue. So how are y'all today? I hope you're having a good day. And I had a pretty good day for Monday, I have to say. So I'm just going to take some of this pool. There's a lot of these. Do y'all get these Waverly chalk paint? The thing is with these is that if you don't use them a lot, he does love his Nana. But he always doesn't want to come to me whenever, whenever I'm trying to video him. For whatever reason. I'm like, where are you going? But he's a sweet boy. Hey, Miss Vicky, how are you doing, girl? Well, I don't know where my blue is. We're just going to go with this. Let me get this out of the way because it's a dirty one and I need a new one. Hey, Miss Anita, how are you doing? So I'm going to take some of this and put it over here just to bring a little bit of water. It gets real dry and real thick. And so that's the thing about buying those bottles of Waverly. I love the paint, but it just dries out really fast. And I don't use them like constantly, like some people do. So what I'm going to do is paint this whole thing blue. That's the first thing. And then I'm going to make the roof and the bottom brown. And then we'll make the birds a little bit brownish color and tan. If I can remember what a wren looks like. I don't hardly see very many pretty birds down here in Texas. I think it's just where I'm at because I'm kind of south. And they just don't have very many. I saw a mockingbird yesterday for the first time. And not long ago I saw one cardinal. But they're just not in my yard. And Roseanne, thank you for being here, girl. I appreciate you being here. And I hope you like what I do. I do a lot of wood stuff. Mostly I like doing my little characters. And I love birds. Hence my name being Hummingbird Paintery. But I like all kind of birds. I just think hummingbirds are the prettiest. So thank you for being here. I'm going to do the back as well. And then I'll do the front last because I need to dry it all. So we're just going to do this. So did y'all have a good day today? Did y'all do anything fun? Unless you had to work like I did, and that's not fun. I appreciate you being here. And appreciate Tracy for having me on to craft around the clock. All right, let's see if I can get this part. And then we're going to dry that so I can hold on to it and then do the rest of the back. I don't know if I'll put a bow on here or not. I don't know if it'll really warrant it. Hey, Donna, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Let me see. I can get everything but where my thumb is. Thank you, Bonnie. Some days I don't know. But I thought a pretty blue birdhouse would be nice to complement the birds. So let me dry this part. You love everything you mentioned, wood, birds, etc. Well, I'm glad. Then definitely follow me and you'll get to see some of these things. I do a lot of characters and stuff. There's some things in the background. You know, I've done the friends. I don't name them because of copyright. Hey, Kimberly Lyon. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate that. So we're drying this. Let's see what we can do to dry this. I can put my fingers on it. We'll be, you know, painting the back and painting the front too. Let's see what we can do. Now that I got my area down there where I can put the blue on it. Make sure y'all, I don't care if y'all see my head. Y'all can hear me and y'all can see my project, so that's a good deal. But this was just a little extra wood piece that I have. Like I said, I try to use them all because it's just too expensive. You're good, Miss Donna. I'm glad. Boy, today I had to rush in here. It's 5:15, even though I'm only 5 minutes from work. I had to use the bathroom. And check the mail out there. All right. So I had to hurry up. Normally I put 6 on there if I have to do it. But not this time. Let me see if I can get a little bit more water on here. This is so thick. That's got a thick spot. We're going to put the birds on here. I'm going to put the one on the top of the house, and you'll see what I'm talking about as far as the piece that I didn't cut correctly. I wasn't using the miter saw. Well, I was using the miter saw, but not for the smaller pieces. I did it for this piece. Let me try to go around this. I've got this circle here like it's the inside of the birdhouse. Oh my goodness, you have the newborn baby. Do you have a boy or a girl? My little baby is big now. I don't have newborns anymore. My grandbaby's getting bigger. Makes me wish I had more grandbabies. But they're special. All right, let's see if I can do that. We might have to do another coat. Hey, Nori. I live in Cuero, Texas. Do you live in Texas too? That's in South Central Texas. I'm about 100 miles from Austin, 100 miles from San Antonio, and 100 miles from Houston, roughly, give or take. I used to live in Memphis, Tennessee. You live in Orleans, Indiana. I've never heard of Orleans, Indiana. A boy. Aw. I'm telling you, my boy is special. So I know your boy's special too. Everybody's got a baby. Love babies. All right, let me see if I can get some more of this. Needed more than I thought. My little fella is already 5 months. I'm sure he is so precious too, and just smiling all the time, Miss Bonnie. Come on out. Here we go. Man, it's so thick. I'm gonna get rid of this and get me a new bottle, I think. It's too thick. That's newborn baby doll. All right, let's see here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm trying to get it rounded right there, but I'm sure it's not perfect. But we'll see. All right. And we'll grunge it up just a little bit. Try to get some of that off of there. It's too thick. All right, we'll make it a little bit better when we dry it. No, I live in Mitchell, Indiana. Sorry. Okay. I hadn't heard of Mitchell. Sure, it's a good place. I haven't ever been to Indiana before. There's some states I haven't visited yet. That's one of them. My good friend Melissa used to be from Indiana, and then she moved to Memphis, and now she lives in Florida. Everybody moves every which way. Woo! Let me make sure it's all dry. All right, I have 45 minutes, so we got 30 minutes left. Hey, Miss Lori, add some distilled water to your paint. I do put water in it, but I don't have any distilled water. Does it make it a lot better? All right, now I'm going to cut this. This is, I think, a 1/4 inch. It may be a little bit less of a dowel, but I want to put a little bitty piece right here. Just a little bitty one. So I'm going to cut it with this can. And I did. But just be careful if you use these things. They're pretty sharp. But we'll use the flat part to just go right there. We're just going to get some stick fast if I can find it. After I paint it too. I want to paint it a brown. I don't see it. Of course I can't find it because I want it. It's always in here, but now it's not in here. So we'll use some of this super glue gel, and it should be fine. Or I could use wood glue and let's see where the wood glue is. I tell you, I lose more stuff. There it is. It's in the spot it's supposed to be in. It does. Okay. All right. So let me get some black because we're going to make the hole right here black, like there is a hole in the box. If I can find the black. This is brown. This is black. All right. So we're going to do that. And this is too thick. So let me see if I can get this right here. And I'm just going to stick this in here, and we're going to try to make a circle as good as we can. Just like this. And what I do is just go around. And then meet on the other side. Let me see, because I got a little bit off right there. Just a little bit. Because I'm trying to make it fairly circular. So I just use that and just flick the paintbrush around until I get it. Now I'm going to dry that, and then we're going to, maybe I'll make the stick black too. But then I'm going to be doing brown on here, so I don't know. Maybe I should do brown. I don't know. So I'm going to take the dark brown, which is the burnt umber. And we're going to paint the top, the bottom, and this little stick. That's what I'm going to try to do. And we'll use the side that's the flattest for up above. And I'm making a really big mess here. We're just going to set that aside. And then I'm going to take this. Now look at that. I speckled some paint in there. So let me move it up here so we don't get brown on it again. Perfect. Heck, nothing I do is perfect, girl, but it's as perfect as it needs to be, that's for sure. So I'm just going to take this brown, and you can stain this. You don't have to use this burnt umber, because this right here, which is truffle, we could use that. But I had it in my mind that I was going to put the brown on the bottom and the blue on the top, but I ended up not doing that. Obviously, I forgot what I was going to do. And I was going to try to make some of the color come through. But I didn't have a candle, so we'll just paint it the way it is. Now you don't have to paint the bottom, but I'm going to because I have time. But you don't really have to. And you can take this off so it'll be like stain if you want to take some of it off. Just to give it a little bit better look. But you don't have to. And then we're going to do the bottom here. I was going to take the brown and then put the blue on top of it and kind of scrape some of it off. But I ended up not doing that. I just forgot about it until I sat here and looked at these things. All we see looks perfect. Well, that's good then. See, it's hard to tell when you're on live whether it looks good or bad, you know? Because far away, it doesn't show as many imperfections. But I try to get it as good as I can. It's not always. Sometimes I'll say, you know, it doesn't look that good, but it looks fairly good. All right, let me dry this. I've even got a birdhouse that I've got this sitting on. Now see, I did not paint the bottom of this because it's going to be sitting here, okay? It's going to look like this, only more in the center, just like that. Let me get my hands clean because there's no telling I'm liable to have brown on there before you know it. I do that so often. It's got blue and brown on my hands. All right, now we've got that situated, and we're going to get these two pieces right here. And I've got to paint both sides because you might see the edge of it or something. So I'm going to go ahead and do the sides. Now I did take my saw and I kind of made a beveled edge. But whenever I did the second one, it moved a little bit. And I wasn't going to hit my hand, because I've already done that with a chop saw and nearly cut the end of my finger off. So I didn't want to mess with it too much. And that's when I was trying to do something with my hand, holding it. So don't want to do that. Now let me see. Let me get this, because this has some little edges on it that are fuzzy. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I thought I had done them already, but I guess not. Let's see if this one's like that. A little bit. These are just little pieces. I don't even know what this wood is, but it was out there and it was little, so I just thought I would use it. I don't know what it's to. So we'll see. So we're going to do both sides because it might show just the edge or something. Just in case. That's okay for a birdhouse. We're good. Let me have some more brown though. I use a lot of this brown, not necessarily to paint all this, but I use it for highlighting and stuff like that. So I use a good bit of it, especially with my characters and stuff like that I make. All right, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna kind of hold it like this and try to draw both sides. Hey, Miss Jerry, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Ooh, it's hot. I'm gonna dry my paint up and watch it. Look at there, I missed a spot. Now I am going to try to get some of the color off. Let me see how it does. I want to see a little bit of the wood underneath. So I'm just taking a little bit off. Hey, Miss June, how are you doing? My friend with the game that we play. Miss June and I play a game. What's that game called? That word something. All right, so now it's got a little bit of a wood grain look, so that's what I'm hunting for. So we'll do this side. See what time it is. 38. I got 20 minutes. We still got to do our birds, but we're mostly finished. I always fear that I'm going to finish before my time. That's the reason why I'm taking my time. But see, this kind of has a little wood grain look. Word blitz, that's it. Bonnie, you don't ever play anymore. Bonnie was playing with me and Miss Pat plays with me. Hey, Cindy's Creations, how are you doing, girl? Thank you for being on here. Now, let me see if I can rub some off, because here we go. I think this is the side that's going to be out, though. So let me take some off so we can see that wood grain. And see, it's just a little bit better instead of a flat brown. So that's what I'm doing there. Trying to get this so I don't hit the blue and get it on there. You are good at the game. I'm not very good either. I just try to go every which way and see. Oh my goodness, I skipped a part here. See there? I'm not paying attention. See if I got the other side. There we go. All right, let's see. Let's dry that just a itty bitty bit. All right. Now let me dry my hands again, Lord. Hey, Lisa Chandler, how are you doing? Why do I win all the time? Because I'm just moving it around all the time, trying to get a word that I don't even know what it is. I like the grain showing through too. But let me tell you, I'm going to put it like this, and there's a gap up there. See that gap? But what we're going to do is glue this down. I'm going to use some wood glue. If I can do it with my hand. There we go. All right. And then we're going to use some hot glue, okay? Now, let's see if I don't burn myself. Please don't let me burn myself. All right, we're going to get it all the way to the side here. Now, this is going to have a gap up here, but what we're going to do is fill in the gap, okay? With some of this. Now, I'm just going to use this right here. It's a spatula. That way I don't have to get it all over me, but I probably will anyway, right? Now, we're just going to fill it in, and then we will paint that. I'm baking a cake, y'all. Oh, my goodness. We just want it to look a little better. And it's going to look fine once you get it painted and all that good stuff. There. And I got it pretty good. It's good enough. Now let me dry my hands again. Word friend is fun. Or is it word find? I don't know what that word is. All right, so we're gonna let this sit for a little bit. I'm gonna dry this just a little bit. Put some grass on the top. That's a good idea. I'm gonna put the bird up there, but I could put some grass too. That's a good idea. But I'm not good at it, y'all. All right, I'm gonna put some glue at the bottom too. I'm telling you, my thumb, when you can't grip with your thumb, it's kind of hard. Golly. Word, Frud. All right, let me see. We're gonna put it right here. There. Now this is what it looks like so far, okay? I probably should have come down a little bit further. That's okay. We're good. We got 15 minutes to do our little birds. And you could do them just a solid color. I did cut these out. I do have some moss to put on there. And I also want to get this thing on there. So let's see. I need to put it with this glue. Okay, let's see which one's the straightest. Looks like this one is. Now, if y'all know, this glue gel and hot glue, they make a smell when they're together. So I'm just putting a little bitty bit of each one, but it does make some kind of smell. All right. Just like that. Okay. I just want to, that's really almost sticking out further than I wanted, but that's all right. We're going to take a smaller brush here. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to use a lighter color brown, which is this one. And it is nutmeg brown. And I'm going to put a little white with it to make it even lighter. I'm going to use a couple of different colors of brown. One's going to be beige and the other one's going to be brown. But anytime you want to get, if you don't have enough money to get 2 or 3 different browns, which is not the case for me, but I always get the darker shade. Where's that red thing? There it is. It'll dry up if I don't put the lid on. Thank you, Lori. All right, we're just going to try. I'm going to do this brown. See, I'm just taking these 2 colors right here, the nutmeg and the white, and we're going to make a beige. Because you want a lighter color and then come back with the darker. So I'm just going to do the whole thing this color. Now this one is the one that's going to be sort of at the top. Because I want it to look like it's sitting up there, perching on the top of it. I always don't mix enough, so I'm just kind of mixing together. Now this one you'll have to do both sides since it's going to be on the top instead of being glued on. Like this. And then get the sides real good. All right. So let me get it on here really good. All the way down. And then we'll make it look a little better. All right. So that's a beige one. And this one the same way. And then we'll make the beak kind of a black beak. I can't remember how a, what do you call that kind of bird? What did I say a minute ago? I can't remember how it is. a little, not a finch. I done forgot already. Hey, Secondhand Treasures, how are you doing, girl? So we're just going around this a little bit at a time here till I get all the sides done. This one will be laying on there. It's good to see y'all. I appreciate you. Did y'all hear about Suki, y'all? Do y'all watch Creating with or Crafting with Suki? I was going to say that I was going to, you know, pay tribute to her on here right now. That one's going to be this way and this one's going to be this way. She passed away yesterday and she's been sick for a long time, on and off. And I haven't seen her on live for a while. He just started dinner. Mike picked us up a sandwich. Hey, Joanne Barker, how are you doing? All right, so what I'm going to do is take some of the darker color of the brown and we're going to go around the edge of this. And I got too much of that other on there, so I got to fix it. We're just going to get on this side. Now I'm just going to go straight across here. But I wanted to dedicate this to Miss Suki. You're up in heaven watching all of us down here crafting. And I just hate it. I know her family misses her tremendously. The wren, that's the name of it. It's a wren. I'm just gonna go like this. Just kind of like that to show kind of a wing there. And I'm just gonna kind of do this. I know it's got some white on here a little bit. I can't remember exactly how a wren is. She was a wonderful crafter and she loved her vintage and all of that. So this is the way I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm not gonna have a little eye on it, but we're gonna make a little beak being black. Yeah, I just hate it. I just hate it. I don't know which way I want to do this. I think this way. So we're gonna make this a little bit darker. And really wrens are about this color right here, but I wanted that one to be a little bit lighter. Yeah, I had not heard of Suki before probably 3 years ago. You didn't know her? I know. Her family, man, she's had a couple of daughters, I think. I didn't know her. But she, you know, commented on stuff and she's just had a lot of breathing issues for a long time. I just hate it. I'm going to take a little bit of darker. And I'm just going to do it like this. You can take a little bitty brush if you want to. Now it has some white in there as well. And I'm going to try to... You've watched her craft. Hey, Sybil, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Let me see if I can get a little bit of white on here. I'm probably making the brown on here. I need to get all of the paint out of my brush to be able to do what I need to do. And if you don't have fresh white, you need to get fresh white because it just doesn't do as well. Let me fix it. Now I'm going to try, let's see if I can make it a little thinner. Just a little bit of white, because it does have some, I think, on the tail and the wing. Now I'm just doing it kind of like that in the tail, and I'm going to try to do it right here too. And putting just a little bit of lines, even though I'm getting too thick there. Just like that, just to give it a little bit of depth. And now we're going to make the beaks, thank you, black. Let's see what we can do. This almost looks like a different bird. But whatever it is, it's good enough. Have to do the back here. This one is definitely a wren. Y'all, I just absolutely hate to cook lately. So see his little beak there? There we go. You love the birds? Now I could put just a little dot. I may do that. Let me just put a little dot for his eye. Or her eye, whatever it is. Just a little one. Now it don't look as good. Lord, let me see. I swear I need all kind of brushes. That's too big. I need a small brush. I have brushes everywhere. Here, we'll use this one. You're a bird watcher? I love me some birds. That's all there is to it. Let me see if I can. Now what we'll do, I'm making sort of a there. I'm gonna get some white just to, if you get any water on there, you got to get it off because it'll be messy. I'm not a bird watcher. I mean, I watch them, but I don't like do too much. I don't get out there with binoculars and all that kind of stuff. I probably would if I had time. Okay. So there's a little bit of an eye. And then here is one. And I also want to get just a little bit in here. Same thing right here. See how I made it look like two pieces of beak there? Same thing here. What are your favorite kind of birds? All right, so let's see. We're gonna get some of this moss. I got 3 minutes, so I got just a little bit of time here. We're gonna put a little bit right here and on top of that little stick. you don't do that either. Just a couple of I was just curious. I might get some scissors, but that kind of looks good. And then I'm going to just set this here. We'll get a little bit, since it's thin wood, it's okay to just put wood glue, put this kind of glue instead of wood glue, because it's not going to come off of there. You love the birds? All right. So I'm probably going to run out of time here, but we're going to just see if this will paint up. And I could take a little bit. We'll do that. Just a little. All right. We're just going to set this right on top of here. And I probably will go back later and put a little bit of wood glue so it will stay. So there's the little birdhouse. And it turned out really cute. You have 3 hummingbirds that come every year. They are so fun to watch. I do too. I love to watch them. Aren't they just the cutest things? Thank you so much. Hey, Sandra Walls. Hey, Holly Hand. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you, Michelle. So just stay on Craft Round the Clock and you'll get to see the next presenter. Thank you, Colleen and Darlene and Joanne. I appreciate it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. And y'all have a good evening, okay? Thank you, Lorianne. Thank you, friend. I'll talk to y'all later. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye.